BPS Custom's coverage of CES 2018 in Las Vegas is brought to you by Enermax and CableMod. Thank you to them for making our trip possible. Check out their links in the video description and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all the latest hardware news from the year's biggest electronics expo. What's up, guys? We're here at the Corsair suite and we're going to take a look at some of their new peripherals. They have a new case that they're showing off and a couple other cool things. So let's go take a look. So one of Corsair's biggest pushes this year is something they call Unplug and Play. They're introducing a whole new series of wireless peripherals, keyboard and mouse. And one of the cool things about this mouse is that it actually is Qi charger compatible. So this mouse pad right here, this is the MM1000 mouse pad. You see this little circle up top. This is actually a Qi charger. So you could take the mouse, move it over here, and then it starts to charge. So you don't have to worry about plugging it in or running out of battery mid-session, because basically, when you're all done, when you're wrapped up with your gaming session, you just toss it over in the corner and it'll recharge. But this MM1000 mouse pad, right now it's available. It will be available in just the hard surface. The cloth surface will be coming soon, as well as potentially some RGB accents around the edge like the MM800 had. But it has like a USB pass-through. The cable is pretty bulky and cloth covered, so this is definitely something you might have to take into consideration if you're worried about how it might look on your desk. But this mouse pad is part of their new Unplug and Play push, along with the mouse. Now the mouse itself is the Dark Core SE. Now this is a wireless gaming mouse. It's available, you could either use it, you can see the switches down here. You can either use it with Bluetooth, or it comes with a 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle. So if you want better latency, switch over to the wireless. If you don't care about that, don't want to carry around a dongle, just switch it over to Bluetooth. With the Bluetooth, the latency is 7.5 milliseconds. With wireless, it's about 1 millisecond. So it's actually decent for competitive gaming. Depending on how picky you might be. But you can see it has all these pads here to make it easy to move around the surface. No adjustable weighting on this, which is something that I did ask them about and something that might be considered for the future. But it has a nice size and shape to it. It fits my hand pretty nicely, actually. This is a similar size to the mouse that I use all the time, which is the Logitech G602. But it comes with interchangeable side grips as well. So this is the other one that it comes with, so it comes with a flat or with this lip to adjust to different pinky styles, different grips on the mouse and whatnot. So this is an $89 mouse, and this is going to be available end of January, along with the rest of the Unplug and Play line, which also includes, as I move over here, now this is the K63 wireless keyboard. It's only going to come in cherry red variety, cherry red switches for now, although they will be looking into adding different cherry varieties of switches later, and it'll also only be 10 keyless. The reason for that, as we'll see in a second, actually has to do with another product in the Unplug and Play line, which is the lap board. But this will be available same time frame in January. This keyboard will be $109. The switches, they're cherry red, so they feel pretty good. But for me personally, I always need a number pad. So this might not be something that's great for me personally, for my use case, but it is wireless, so that is definitely something to consider if you don't like a lot of wire clutter on your desk. And you want the convenience of being able to move wherever you'd like. But this is the K63. Now, what I said before about the lap board is right over here. Now, this is kind of an iteration on their lap dog, which is a larger version of this, and it's not as compact. It's not as easy to tote around, especially if you're going to be sitting on your couch or something along those lines. And this is also a wireless solution. So you don't have to worry about running wires back to your PC or anything like that to charge it. This can hold up to 15 hours of charge for your keyboard while with the backlighting on, or up to 75 hours with the lighting off. But you can see that it comes with a built-in cloth mouse pad. They actually consider doing a hard surface, but cloth is just a better, more natural feel sometimes, especially when if you're used to using a cloth pad on your desktop, and also provides a little bit more friction for the mouse, so it doesn't go sliding off if you happen to move your leg or something like that. It does provide a little bit more resistance, although not a huge amount. But the padding, let me flip this thing over. The padding on the bottom here is actually all memory foam. So it provides like a super comfortable surface to rest on your lap. And it's actually fairly light as well. Like it's not, granted it's not super light, but it's not going to be uncomfortable if it's sitting on your lap for any length of time. So it should provide you with a good option if you like gaming on your sofa and watching using your TV instead of sitting at a computer monitor. But again, this availability on this is going to be end of January, and the lap board is going to be $59, and you can actually bundle it with the keyboard if you would like. This is the brand new Obsidian 500D. Now the lighting in here is actually a little bit rough, so I'm going to try to capture this as well as I can. But it's going to be available in two options. As far as release date right now, we're not quite sure. But the base option is going to be $149. It's going to come with Corsair SP fans, so they're non-illuminated fans. But of course, their SP fans are always really good, and you can't really see in here right now. I'm going to try to get a better shot of the system that's actually all set up. But the base 500D is going to come with this brushed metal finish panel on the front, and two tempered glass panels, one on each side. And you can see, as I opened it up before, the door mechanism is actually pretty cool. But as we move over to this version, which doesn't yet have an identifier, but this is actually the tempered glass front panel version, and you can see they've got some of the ML RGB fans installed right now. This is actually going to come with their LL120 fans and a Commander Pro to highlight this section of the case that has this see-through tempered glass window. But the interior layout of this case is actually based on the Corsair 570X. You could tell that the power supply shroud setup is actually very similar. They've included now a cap on the end to tidy things up inside. And then the height of this is actually a little bit taller to accommodate for radiator fan configurations. This looks really good, and the airflow should be pretty good as well. Big gaps here along with filtering. And then the top here is also filtered and has gaps for airflow. So yeah, this looks pretty neat, and no arrival date yet on this, like I said, but hopefully more information soon. So this is the Spec Omega. This is actually uses the Corsair 460X interior chassis with some spec alpha looking exterior panels, tempered glass on the left side and tempered glass on the front as well, so you could see through. They have the LL fans set up right now. I'm actually going to have one of these. I should have the white version in office pretty soon. We're going to do a full review of this, but it's a little bit wider than something like the Spec 04, which is a case that I reviewed a couple months ago. But it definitely looks a lot more premium. There's three different color versions. You have the black on the left, the white in the middle, and then the red. I'm sorry, the black on the right, the white in the middle, and the red on the left. The LEDs in the front are not configurable, so the black comes with a red LED, as does the red version, and the white comes with a white LED. So the most color neutral is going to be the white, but not everybody likes a white case, so it's going to be up to you. But like I said, we're going to have a lot more information on this on the channel pretty soon, because I'm going to do a full review of this case. But this is actually available now, so you could go and pick one of these up if this suits your needs. They also have their new Hydro Series Pro coolers. Now this is available in a 280 version, which is set up right here, and then also in a 360, which is over in the 570X. Clearly you could see all the reflections from all of these RGB fans on the 570X. But if you look a little closer, you could see that the block is actually RGB illuminated, has a nice, is this an aluminum trim? Yes. Nice aluminum trim around the block, and a 6th gen Asetek pump. So this is actually something that should run a little bit faster and quieter. Yes, the answer is yes. But it comes with Corsair ML fans. So the whole system overall should be definitely quieter and more efficient. And also, this is their first 360 radiator for those of you who need the additional cooling. These are available yesterday, so that would be January 8th. So they should be available now if you want to go check them out. MSRP on the 280 is $139, and the 360 is $169. So that's it from the Corsair Suite, guys. I want to say a quick thanks once again to our sponsors, Enermax and CableMod. Check them out at the links down below. Catch you guys in the next video from CES 2018.